You guys want to hear a song that I wrote about 4 days ago? 'Cause you really don't have a choice, you might as well be into it.
Greetings. I'm your Glenn Beck of Current Music The Long Wannabe, and this is a song which really pisses me off. Now, before we begin, I want to take a moment or two to talk to you all about the subject of fan clubs. And in my view, fan clubs are truly a double-edged sword. On one hand, you have a group of people who share a common bond in a subject they really love sharing their support for. But flip the blade over and you get the fanboy extremist. A wild frat pack of insane lunatics who will challenge you to a fist fight just because you share a different opinion. These people belong to everything. Book series, movie franchises, and music. Case in point, Metallica. The 80s metal band which took the world by storm and gave us some of the greatest music of all time. But if there's one thing that really pisses me off about them, it's the fanboys. Who's the better bassist? Do you think Metallica sold out after the Black Album? You suck for liking their new album. Good God, wasn't Saint Anger terrible? I am sick of it! Music is based on your opinion! It's your own personal preference! Let us all rant at peace without somebody calling us a dirty name and walking away from us acting like they won a fight which never even happened! I, as a matter of fact, love early Metallica. The first couple of albums are amazing. Kill 'Em All, straight through the Black Album are national treasures. But my love for them kinda dies right after the release of the Black Album. And why? Well, I am one of those few bands who do believe they did sell out after the Black Album. Their later albums became more radio-friendly, and the raw power we witnessed in their adolescence was gone, as well as James Hetfield's voice. But that doesn't mean I hate their latest work. I like a lot of songs here and there, especially from the two Load albums. But, yeah. Saint Anger! It's the album almost every Metallica fan hates, and ironically, it's the album which almost broke up the band. You always hear complaints about the lack of guitar solos, the steely snare drum sound, and the addition of Robert as the new bassist when Jason left. Take those ingredients and mix them together with an R-rated Dr. Seuss book, and what do you get? Some kind of monster! Some kind of monster! An 8.5-minute long behemoth of ear-scrambling noise. Usually, I would be all for distortion along musical breaks, but with Some Kind of Monster, it sounds like one giant musical break with a few random lyrics thrown in. We the people! Are we the people? And the musical breaks are terrible! For example, Lars' steely drum sound. It's obnoxious! It's just terrible. I understand why people hated them in Saint Anger. He could have used the steely effect on 2 songs at most, Frantic being a perfect example, but not on every single song. My God, that's almost as bad as me. Kirk's guitar playing is also snoozy. I didn't care about the lack of guitar solos in the album, but he doesn't try anything fun with it. Don't you agree, James? Yeah! Yeah. The edited version of the song, which thankfully cuts down on the longer passages of stilt orchestra, runs about 4.5 minutes. But insult me if you want, fanboys, it's still a lazy song. I read this was one of the first songs which was written for the album, so you gotta imagine the idea put behind this. Saint Anger, an album which focuses on the pressures of fame, drugs, alcohol, and dealing with one's personal demons. One of the big singles being released, Some Kind of Monster. That sounds amazing! And the idea of the song being sung about some Frankenstein beast or medieval creature representing our fears? It sounds like the boys never lost their original flair! But what a shitty outcome. A few of the lyrics can sound threatening. I guess it does resemble Some Kind of Monster.
This is the face that stones you cold. This is the moment that needs to breathe. These are the claws that scratch these wounds. This is the pain that never leaves.
But James's growl really ruins the impact of those few good rhymes.
Some kind of monster.
I'm not sensing any real emotion here, James. All I hear is you trying to scream as loud as you can. It's headache-inducing. Even when writing this review, I had to hold my head after listening to the short version. Once. And poor choice of a music video, guys. It looks like Metallica is trying to go all nostalgic by telling us the story of their uprising, but Some Kind of Monster doesn't really fit. I assume they were going for the idea of how fame has taken over their careers and all, but no, it feels really uneven. It's like a bad promotional video for the documentary they made, also entitled Some Kind of Monster. I've seen very few performances of this song live, probably because it's hard to scale back on a song of this magnitude. Having to learn what parts you cut out and such, yeah, not the easiest thing to do. But that doesn't mean they're impossible to find. I found a few good versions on YouTube and they are great. Believe me when I say this, I prefer the shorter live version of Some Kind of Monster over the original edit you can find on the CD. Maybe it's because the sound isn't as compacted as it is on the album. I'm not sure. All I know is that I could barely sit through the song. Is it high on my piss meter? It is a giant annoyance, but I don't know if I would call it an extreme piss-off. Maybe I'm just pissing off the extreme Metallica fans. But I'm sure they're used to it after going through a billion heated arguments with Megadeth fans. It's simply a song that lacks any bite to it, and since this is a song for Metallica, the Metallica, it's pretty sad. Not really a song to help make the latter days of your career shine, guys. Four Horsemen, Master of Puppets, Enter Sandman, Some Kind of Monster. Huh, it kinda resembles the fall of the stock market in a way. Yeah, forget that joke. I'm not good at political humor anyways. But my point, the fan base will always be fighting over these things. No matter where you go, you will always find some ravenous fan who leaves comments such as, "My girlfriend said Metallica sucked, so I dumped that dumb biatch." Shakespeare, right? Right. The fanboys. They're all some kind of monster. And that's all for today. I'm DeLong Wannabe, and remember, if it's current mainstream music, I am almost bound to hate it. Well, I better be off and build myself a bomb shelter before the Metallica nuts try to bomb me this time. Thanks for watching. And they walk away acting like they won some kind of fight which never even happened in the first place. Nope, gotta go to St. Anger.